January 3, 2001. Jury selection begins at the Southern District Court of New York in the trial of Mohammad Rashid D. Al-Ahwali, Khalfan Khamis Mohammed, Mohammad Sadiq Uday, and Wadi Al-Hague. January 10, 2001. 8 people are arrested in Kenya with ties to bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. January 22, 2001. Reports that the Pakistani government had frozen bin Laden's assets and closed the offices of the Taliban and Aryan Afghan Airlines within the country to comply with the United Nations sanctions were denied by Pakistani officials. February 6, 2001. Jamal Al-Fadl, known only as CS1 prior to taking the stand, testifies as the prosecution's first witness in the East African Embassy bombings case at the Southern District Court of New York. He gives a detailed account into the workings of Al-Qaeda, kind note which I would doubt. February 7, 2001. The trial begins in Paris of 24 Islamic militants linked to the Groupe Roubaix that terrorized the group's namesake city in northern France. 7 are being tried in absentia, including Ahmed Ressam, who is in custody in the United States for trying to smuggle explosives across the Canadian border into Port Angeles, Washington. 3 in late December 1999. Also on trial in Paris is Fateh Kamil, the alleged leader of the group allegedly has ties with Al-Qaeda. February 14, 2001. Essam al-Ridi, a former business acquaintance of bin Laden, testifies for the prosecution at the Southern District Court of New York that bin Laden, with Al-Hague as the middleman, bought a private plane with the intention of shipping Stinger anti-aircraft missiles from Pakistan to Sudan. Note they could also have used this airplane as a weapon. February 18, 2001. Yemeni President Ali Abdullah Saleh announces the arrest of 2 Yemenis, Muhammad Ahmed Al-Adil and Ahmed Muhammad Amin, in connection with the October 2000 attack on the USS Cole. Now these 2 Yemenis are prominent Al-Qaeda members. February 20. Everyone from Yemen, Osama bin Laden's own country, his father's country, are Al-Qaeda. February 21, 2001. La Hussein Kerchtau begins testimony for the prosecution at the Southern District Court of New York. He identifies Mohammad Sadiq Uday and Wadi Al-Hague as the members of Al-Qaeda, placing Uday in Somalia in 1993 and Al-Hague in Kenya in 1995. February 26, 2001. At a wedding reception for his son, Osama bin Laden recited a poem celebrating the bombing of the USS Cole, according to Saudi newspaper Pan Arab Al-Hayat. February 27, 2001. Under cross-examination by Al-Hague's lawyers at the Southern District Court of New York, Kerchtau contradicts his previous testimony, stating that he cannot be sure that Al-Hague was a member of Al-Qaeda. February 28, 2001. FBI Special Agent John Antisev testifies at the Southern District Court of New York that Mohammad Sadiq Uday, in an interview with him in August 1999, called the Nairobi bombing a blunder and regretted the death of many Kenyans. Antisev also stated that Uday believed that Al-Qaeda carried out the Nairobi attack under Abdullah Ahmed Abdullah, but Uday was not involved personally. March 16, 2001. An additional defendant, Mohammed Suleiman al-Nalfi, is accused on 4 counts of conspiracy to kill Americans, to murder, kidnap and maim Americans outside the United States, to destroy United States buildings and property, and to attack United States defense utilities. The American authorities had detained al-Nalfi since 2000 November. May 29, 2001. All 4 defendants are found guilty on all charges. July 2001. A French national of Algerian origin, the Jamal Beghel, was arrested in the United Arab Emirates. His arrest uncovered a plot to crash a helicopter into the American embassy in Paris. Where's Paris and where's Arabia? Anyway, August 17, 2000, maybe he went to Arabia to find the other, to find Arabs who would help him. August 17, 2001, Zacharias Moussaoui, a French Algerian, was detained in Minnesota on immigration charges. Law enforcement became suspicious after he attempted to buy time on a flight simulator for jetliners. Subsequently, he was transferred to New York as a part of September 11, 2001 World Trade Center attack investigation. Kind note, if you refer back to these dates and then arrive at September 11, 2001, what these people, what these accused members of Al-Qaeda were saying, it all boiled up here on September 11, 2001. Everything they wanted to plan, they executed here after giving you false information, after helping you arrest them, after running you around half the world, and then they done this attack. They achieved their goal. September 11, 2001, 19 terrorists hijacked. See, they had you in confusion as to what they're going to do next. And this is then what they did. They even warned you, but you didn't listen to them. 19 terrorists hijacked a US airliner, four United States Airlines, which they used to crash into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York, the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and third location not intended to target, a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. At this writing, the cost in terms of human lives, including the passengers and crew on the planes, as well as persons murdered or injured in the New York and Pentagon, has reached nearly 7,000 dead and thousands injured. At 8:45 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11, en route from Boston to Los Angeles with 81 passengers and 11 crew members, crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. United Airlines Flight 175, also headed from Boston to Los Angeles and carrying 56 passengers and 9 crew members, slammed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center at 9:03 a.m. 25 minutes later, American Airlines Flight 77, scheduled to fly from Dulles International Airlines to Los Angeles with 58 passengers and 6 crew members, crashed into the northwest side of Pentagon at 10 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93, headed from Newark to San Francisco and carrying 38 passengers and 7 crew members, crashed during a struggle between the hijackers and passengers in Pennsylvania. So they eluded you, kind note, they eluded all of you, and then they achieved their goal. And I would question as to the number of people on each of these flights. Normally there's about 200 people on a flight. Here there's 58 passengers.